Okay. All right, before we get started out in the field, I just want to talk a little bit about what goes into a pig pasture. Pigs are animals that root. That means they eat in the ground a lot. So root vegetables are really good for them. Also, it's cold right now. Root vegetables are great for cold weather. And they also grow fast. So what we're going to do is the pastures that are closest, or the ones that they'll come to first, we plant the fastest growing things. And as we move out, because every week they'll be moved to a new pasture, we can plant things that take longer to grow. So what we're going to look at today is some of the closer pastures and the things that we're going to plant in them. So let's take a look at some of the seed. We're going to mix them together, and then we'll spread it, and we'll kind of stomp on it while we're out there, which will set it into the ground and get it growing faster. And this is perfect day for it when it's a little off and on rain, but not too hard that it'll rain us out. So, root crops. You're probably familiar with root crops. Can you guess what pigs love in root crops? Anybody? Come on. Beets. They love beets. Not just for the part that roots, not just for the part that grows under the ground, but the greens as well. In fact, the greens are more nutritious. So we're gonna make a mix. These are a couple different kinds of beets that pigs love. We call this a forage pasture because they're going to be foraging it. Each time we move the pigs, they're actually going to be rooting up all these things that we're planting now, and they're going to be at the same time preparing the bed for the things that come next. So after they eat everything, we'll give them a day to reseed everything. We'll plant it again and let them reseed it by rooting it all around. And then in 10 weeks, or less, depending on how it grows and the weather, all that stuff, they'll be back to the place that they left again, and the things that they planted will be growing. Some other things that grow fast: spinach, lettuce, kales, lots of different kinds of kales, Swiss chard. These are all great things for pigs as well as for us. So we're going to mix together a little bit of all those things, and we are going to head out to plant them. And we'll be doing this all through the season to keep the pastures growing and the food coming to them. These are just different kinds of kales and sprouts. We're going to give them a little bit. Sweet pea sprouts we've put out, kales, 2 different kinds of kale, 3 different kinds of beets, and we have turnips and spinach and lettuce. Those are our faster growing. This is called fenbrick. I've never used it before, but pigs are supposed to like it, so we're going to stick it in there. Okay. This doesn't look like a lot of seed, but it really is. And when we're spreading it, keep in mind that we want it to go a long way. A lot of the kale seed especially is really small, and it's mixed in here. Sometimes what people do, just so that you don't overspread and waste seed, is they mix it with sand or a organic matter that will break it up a little bit so we're not overspreading the seed and wasting the seed. We're not going to do that today because I didn't buy a bag of sand. Darn it, I should have thought of that. But I'll show you when we get out there ways that you can be really careful not to overseed. And usually I do that by just putting a few in my hand at a time and just throwing them out. But we'll go out there and take a closer look. I think we have a little bit of everything. Let me put a little more kale in here because we have a lot of kale seed. Kale comes up quick. And then we'll just continuously kind of mix them up as we're throwing it out. But okay, so that's good. For mixing the seed, let's head out to the pasture and we'll spread it.